Oh my god, yes, I'm alive. Ah, I know, I've been, well, actually, to be fair, no one said anything. Everyone's actually managed, or decided to just sort of leave me at a respectful distance, which is fine. Hello, cat. Yes, I suppose it is that sort of time, isn't it? I woke her up. She knows, there's a video going on, it's time to stop. Fuck it, oh my god. My sister's been staying with me the last few days. She did come back, for my dad's funeral. Fucking the cat has managed to wake us up every single night without fail. Plenty of 3 in the morning, coax the cat out from under the sofa with treats to sort of pick her up and sling her outside. I actually was really mean yesterday. She loves, like, the food that she cries out for so much. I used to coax her into the kitchen and then pick her up and throw her outside, and she was like, "Betrayal! How could you?" Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna go over some shit. Hello, I am still here. Yes, I've not just, exploded. And I'm doing alright. I'm doing pretty good. Things to go over though. Right, first off, I'm now a Judas. As I've been calling Socrates the Judas for many years because he abandoned the league that we were in. Well, it's my turn. You may have noticed that I'm not. If you watch Robotnik's doing the league Pika season 5, maybe. I didn't stop doing it because, like, I hate this league, it's bland. Nah, I mean, obviously there were signs of I'm growing slightly wearisome of this, but it's like, it's a league, it's fun, it's people. My only problem with it is that the league keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's fine. But I find that the more people you have in a league, the more it tends to go off the rails. Like, there are some good sports, but you do get the people who are like, well, I've lost and I'm shit, so I'm going to stop playing. Or the more people you have, the more likely it is that you're going to have more problems with it. It's not really fair on people, and I'm not slagging anyone off, but it is kind of a fact of it. Like I say, Robotnik's a good... Robotnik, once he has his little moments after he loses a match he feels wrongly done by, he'll at least come back and play the next one. Sometimes he requires a bit of coaxing, but you eventually get him there. But yes, I'm joining the OPB, which is set up by a old TPX friend, Tubes, Tubs, Gubs. Yeah, I don't know. It's fair enough. I fully admit I am a Judas. That's fine. Judas can now call me Judas. It's perfectly okay. Fucking freeways are gonna get very confusing though. But yeah, we done the draft for it. I mean, I wasn't even sure I was going to do that. I just kind of popped me head in and said, like, shit's been kind of weird, but I'll have a go. And I've managed to sort of be around for the draft and stuff. Because it wasn't, like, a couple of reasons that I thought it looked interesting. A, there's no points total. Like, there's no OU Pokemon 180 points. BL 140, UU 100. It's shit like I haven't got a problem with that, but it's also like you kind of end up with sort of the same blend, as it were. And let's face it, with me always picking Garchomp, I have to build my team around a catastrophic ice weakness every single time. And to be fair, I picked Garchomp again, so obviously I'm a ditz. It's Chomp. I don't want anyone else to have Chomp. It's mine. I love him. He is special to me. But yeah, like the other, it's elite. It's like he's giving it a go. It's his first crack at it. So what he's doing is he's taking some lessons that he's learned from being in other leagues before, and he's only got 8 people, and there's 8 people split into 2 divisions, so it's 4 people a division, and it's like that's a fuck lot less to go wrong. Whether I'll be in it going forward is we'll see how we go. Like I say, I haven't got a problem with having more people, but you need to trust them and know that they're going to stick around for it. And a lot of the time they don't. There were even times where I wanted to just think, oh, sod it, it's not even worth it. I mean, I do pretty well in most of the drafts that I do, but yeah, even I have times where it's like, I could have my match, or I could fuck off and eat some shit. Speaking of shit, my sister's gonna go stay with my parents, and I went to Berkhamsted to swap over and drop her off at my parents' house. And we found this. Oh, I bought it purely because I was like, I do, despite my portly nature, when I'm actually working, I only cook vegetarian food, because vegetarian food, when you've got a plan for 3 shifts, and when you've done a shift, you don't want to come home and cook. That is the single last thing you want to do. I want to come home and vegetabilize for 3 hours before I go to sleep and do it all over again. So I actually only cook vegetarian meals, and I put chickpeas and lentils and stuff like that in it. It's nice. I ain't got a problem with it. I have 0 problems with vegetarian food or any people who want to commit to eating vegetarian food, because in a lot of ways it's also healthier if you get the right blend of shit. It's not just as simple as, I'm just only going to eat vegetables. You've got to find stuff with like decent sort of protein content and stuff, otherwise you'll wither and rot away. But if you can find that, I mean, like I say, chickpeas and lentils have got a good amount of the shit you need. But then there's crap like this, and I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'll give it a punt. Doesn't taste of anything. Sweet and smoking. Nothing. Literally, just, whoever buys it, like, A, fuck your name, it's shit. B, make it taste, like, what? Let's see what it's missing. It says on the back, proudly, no MSG, it is vegan, gluten-free, high in fibre, no trans fats, a source of protein, dairy-free, corn-free, and no preservatives. And it's like, I'm sorry, but this is a snack thing. This cost me like $2.20. A similar bag of other crisps that I bought cost me £1, and they were infinite. I don't care. Mate, if someone goes out to buy something snacky to eat, why? I also really hate how it's like, well, you know what, a lot of the youths are vegetarians, so let's read the back blurb. We don't follow the rest of the snack pack, we go our own way. We think taste good and do good can be in the same sentence. And we totally love snacks. The other thing that I spotted as well, which really pissed me off, is store in a dry and totally cool place. Shit, get rid of it, get it out of my sight. I'm sorry, but it doesn't taste of anything. I'll admit, cooking my own food, I do tend to find that actually getting taste out shit is actually a lot harder than it seems. Especially when you can't just jam artificial flavours into every single little puff. I understand that. But it's you gotta try a bit harder than that. Come on, man. You can't just sell it based on the fact that it's vegan. Anyway, so I completely forgot what I was going on about. I've saved that because it really pissed me off. I didn't eat the whole thing, but it's basically like cheese puffs without the cheese. Just pointless. I can't believe I spent money on that, but I was mildly interested, and consider me uninterested. Hippies, you shit. Terrible. Try again. It's got to be pour Tabasco sauce in a bag, rub fucking that shit in it, and then maybe it will taste of something. But for the time being, pointless. There. Anyway, yeah. I was talking about the league. But yeah, I prefer, like I say, the reason I went with it is just because it's smaller, and it lasts less time as well. I mean, to be fair, it was still kind of a gamble. I'm now currently taking on, well, I've said that I will take on being the executor for my dad's will, because it's faster, and it means that we don't have to pay twat money to fucking solicitors. Ugh. Blech. Again, lovely people, just like the people at the funeral home, just taking advantage of you. It's all it is. I'm sorry. You can be as you can greet me with a fucking smile and a handshake. Deep down, somewhere inside, you're taking advantage of people. But yes, anyway, that's kind of the upshot of that. I'll tell you my team, to be fair, because I did say I'd do an interview for it, so I'll link that at some point. But if he asked what was going through your mind when you made your picks, alcohol. I picked Garchomp, Celesteela, which I thought was quite good, because I never end up with Garchomp and Skarmory. They're always one or the other's gone, which is annoying, but Celesteela kind of fills that void. Does different things to Skarm, but it also kind of presents its own crazy niche shit, which I'm down for. Hooper Unbound, because you know I love me a bit of Hooper Unbound, because it got banned in the other league, so I can have that. Wash Face, which went 4th round. I saw Wash Face, I was like, hang on a minute. So I had that. Serena, which is bold, because I do realise that it's CAC. Well, it's not CAC per se, but I think the problem with Serena is it looks really great in practice. It's a bit. But I got it because I wanted a spinner, just to make sure I had one. Sylveon, which went really late. Alola Muck, and then I just told my sister, what should I get? And we ended up with Kartana, which round 8 for Kartana. I was like, again, it's one of those things where it looks great on paper, in practice not so much, but it's still got base 180 attack. It can't be that shit. It also presents an interesting defogger if I'm feeling brave. And Buzzwole, which kind of, instead of having a overwhelming ice weakness, I have a pretty overwhelming fire weakness. I picked Mega Houndoom. Well, Anna picked Mega Houndoom to mitigate that one for me. She doesn't like Pokemon. I was just like, just pick what's cool and resist fire, and she was like, that one. And I was like, okay. I would have preferred Zardex, but what do you want? But yeah, that's my team. I think it's starting on the 15th of August, so there'll be that at some point. It should be fun. Should be, hopefully. Like I say, it's a bit shorter and more concise, because I'm still not out of the woods yet. Because the other thing that's happening, hopefully, maybe, is I'm going to get promoted, which is actually the initial reason that I didn't do the other league. To be fair, doing the other league would have left me up shit creek anyway, because I would have started it, drafted it, and then my dad would have died right at the start, and I wouldn't really have felt like doing it. So I didn't do it for a different reason, but in that particular sense, I ended up not wasting anyone's time. So we'll go with that. I mean, they wouldn't have minded waiting for me. Again, lovely people. Red Matt, you're a G. But yeah, it kind of conveniently worked out in league sense that I'm not going to waste anyone's time by going, oh, I'm really miserable, oh, I'm really angry, I'm going to take advantage of my funeral companies. So, there you go. But yeah, hopefully, promotion's on, which means that the next couple months of my life are going to be very stressful. I mean, the other problem as well is, I'm on my 10 right now. I was supposed to be working yesterday, but yesterday was the funeral. And I actually got woken up at 6:40 in the morning because some guy that said that he would help me out and do the shift didn't bother to show up. And in fact was actually supposed to be in on shift. Anyway, he said, oh yeah, no, I'll do your shift. He was supposed to be in regardless, and he didn't show up for his own shift and lied about covering mine. So, yeah, he's going to get a bollocking at some point. He hasn't texted me either, which I really appreciate, because he said, oh, yeah, no, I'll help you out, it's a really, really rough time for you, I'll help you out, make sure that you've got cover and stuff, keep it nice and neat for you so you don't get in trouble or anything, and I'm like, oh, cheers, man, and he fucked me, and it's like, yeah, thanks for that. I'm alright now, and I feel a lot better than I did. Don't really appreciate you trying to fucking, especially as he was planning on, so he needed to leave early on the Tuesday shift for some reason, and he said, oh, I'll just say I'm going to your dad's funeral to pay my respects, and I'm like, alright, don't use it as an excuse. Really? Whatever. He is, to be fair, a nice guy. I ain't got a problem with him, but it's also like, come on, man. I ain't got a problem with the guy, but he can be a bit of a twat. Oh well. Either way, yes. like I say, I didn't bother taking peek of season 5 because I kind of knew a promotion was sort of coming up on the cards, but I went in Wednesday and Thursday night last week, and it's pretty much, it's about 98% in the bag. Like, me and my boss get on really well, which I'm very fortunate for, because I know a lot of people have a lot of trouble in that particular area. But yeah, we're both on board with that. I've just basically got to go have an interview, and just not cock it up catastrophically. I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm talking about, I'm ready to do the job, I've just got to go get it signed and sealed, and yeah, that's basically it, unless there's someone on another team who's better than I am. Which is perfectly possible. I don't know if it's worth going to all the trouble of moving them teams, but, you know, I'd like to think that it's on the cards anyway. But yeah, that was the initial reason I didn't do Peak 5. Like I say, Pika tends to last quite a long time, and it's like, I don't really want to be doing that, and also trying to learn a new job as well. Like, I mean, my fucking picks for, what the fuck is it called? OPB were kind of winged anyway. I'm not expecting to set anyone's balls alight. I'm just going to give it a decent go if I've got the time for it. Also doesn't help that coming up is probably the busiest part of my work year because we have bank hours, and basically August and September are catch-up gang for bank hours because they've reset in October. So I've managed to get mine decently low, but I'm still going to have to get rid of a bit more of them before my boss is like, yeah, okay, we can just quietly get rid of the rest of it. Which is just a thing. Oh, there it is. Hey! Seriously, dude, I was up at fucking 4 in the morning. Because we fucking kicked her out to try and actually get some proper sleep, and she stands outside my bedroom window, and I was like, you know what, no, this is a war of attrition. I'm going to slay here, and I'm not going to make a move, and hopefully she'll fuck off and realise that she's annoying. 40 minutes of just standing there going, meow, 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 and I eventually was like, fine, you win, good for you, I hope it was worth it. Now get in here and shut up. Yeah, fucking fairy cunt. Oh well. But yeah, so that's the other thing that's going on. Other than that, like, yeah, I had my dad's funeral yesterday. It was a really nice service, to be fair. My mum is rather religious. Her business, I ain't got a problem with that. And she's got a local reverend who came and did the service. Lovely fucker. Like, the songs that we picked for the thing, it was just me and my sister, mum, and my stepdad. The songs we picked were very sweary, so he was perfectly okay with it. He isn't like he's quite just a guy who just believes in religion and appreciates the lessons and stuff. And it's like, great, more of you, please. I can deal with people who are religious, not militant. It's like it's kind of the same thing with like the deaf community is quite a decent part of my life, and it's sort of like I deaf people, perfectly wonderful people, fantastic. You know, they've got their own unique outlook on life. It's the militant people who want all hearing people to be just annexed from society that let the side down. That sort of thing. But yeah, the service was really nice. I was saying, though, and I said to my sister, and I will always maintain this, while the service was lovely, and I should probably stop being such a grouchy cunt, while I was driving up, because it was at a, what the fuck, crematorium, fucking Christ, man. It was, you drive off this road, turn right to go into it, and it's like a different fucking universe. It's like beautiful gardens, someone's taken it's a massive long winding road, and it's just like there's gardens lining it, massive beautiful trees, and I was thinking, this has basically been built on just blood money. You're just taking advantage of people. You're basically just just take photos of yourself just having a massive like circle jerk in all the money that you've taken from people who wanted closure and wanted to do it the right way. Like, I was like, it's lovely, but I hate it. I really do. It's just like the song I picked for, just as a side note, because my sister picked a song by someone like Tierney Terrace by Loyal Kana, which is a great song. I picked House of Golden Bones, and I really didn't think it would actually like line up more than it did. I was like, fucking Christ, it really is just yeah. It is a House of Golden Bones. Well, bones is debatable. Gold, certainly. Yeah. I was really disappointed. It's like, it's an amazing, lovely place, and like really picturesque, and you know, a really fitting send-off, but at the same time it's like, I'd prefer it if it was a shack out in the wilderness. You know, at least you'd think there's a decent bit of credibility there. Alright, it might be done by Weird Barry with his fucking furnace, for which he uses it for unknown means. But at least he hasn't robbed people blind. Might have killed them, but that's besides the point. At least it was free. I don't know. That's just the way I feel about it, and that's something I'm probably going to end up taking with me. Not that there's an awful lot you can do about it when they have a major monopoly over something. It's like, surely it must be a bigger boom than the fucking like medical industry. Surely, I suppose the medical industry is kind of built around keeping people alive so they can keep buying drugs. But it's also like death is a thing that's going to happen at some point to someone, and you're there to make $5,000 off of it plus extras. It's like, what? No, I don't. I really don't. Lovely people. Brilliant, lovely people who put on a great service and acted with a lot of dignity and respect, but you're robbing people. Anyway, so yes, the service was done. I've got to go to his wake tomorrow and meet a bunch of people who idolised him and loved my dad and were like, oh, he was a fantastic bloke. He did so much for us. And it's like, didn't do a lot for his kids, though, did he? Or his wife, who left him. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to have to listen, you know, especially if there's one... My dad had a friend who just... I think I've mentioned him before in these videos. Like I say, I haven't done a video in like 2 weeks. I felt I should do one. But this guy who just loves an email and just sends massive block emails and like, oh, I understand. You really don't, man. If you ever see this, I haven't bothered to link it out to people, apart from my sister. You haven't got a fucking clue. You're insane. You're trying to meet us halfway, but your idea of halfway is understanding. It's like, I would prefer it if you said, I don't get it, and I really... Like, that's what the Reverend said. Like, my mum and my stepdad tried to explain to him how kind of hard and difficult it was. And he was like, I don't get it. I really don't. I understand and appreciate that it was really difficult, but I can never get into the specifics of it. And it's like, yes, man. It's like that episode of fucking South Park where Stan keeps trying to sort of appease Token by saying like, oh, you know, I totally understand like the racism and how that affects you. And Token's like, no, you don't, and you never will, and you really shouldn't. And he's like, oh, fair point. It's that sort of thing. Hey, I don't know. I think that's about it. Like I say, I've had my sister around for the last few days. We've just been chilling out and stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of about it, realistically. I mean, I've got a lot of counselling to do as well, and I've still got problems with my fucking knee. Still got to deal with that. It is better than it was, to be fair. It's almost like slobbing out and doing fuck all for 3 weeks means that it can heal. Anyway, I think that about covers it. Yeah. I've been trying to look at fucking team shit. I've been giving it a sort of decent go, but I still keep using that fucking Sun team because it's so good. Charizard should not be allowed in PU. Sun boosted, solar powered, Zed, just destruction. Like, I've reached that point where it's like, the first thing I will do when I bring it in, unless it's explicitly not necessary, is just use Zed Fire Blast, because it's over. Nothing lives it. Nothing. And even after that, I think the only thing that's managed to tank a Fire Blast that didn't resist it was a max HP, max special defense Mesprit, which I was quite surprised about. I was thinking, Jesus Christ, that's insane. That's stab, sun, solar power, 120 base power move, and you lived? It didn't like it. It took 96%, but I was still impressed all the same. If I'd have had Stealth Rocks up, it would have died, so... But yeah, I'm still kind of in that. It's like a really just sort of cozy chair. Then I'm finding it incredibly difficult to get up out of it and go do something else. I've been looking at fucking adaptability Skrelp. I don't know why, because I keep looking at things that I can use to replace Raticate, because I love Alolan Raticate now. I'm totally on board the chubby cheek the chubby cheek train. But it does have problems, and something a bit more substantial that could actually do something would be nice. But I can't think of what it would be. I think Miltank would kind of make sense because it's faster, has healing, Stealth Rocks. I could get rid of Probo Pass and replace that with something. But it doesn't get Taunt, and normal Dark is really good typing, to be fair to it. I mean, alright, I've got a lot of fighting weaknesses on my team, but then again, I've also got a Weezing, which doesn't give a shit, and also fucks Hitmonchan, which is kind of everywhere. Zard can switch in, and Victory Bell can, but I never want to. But yeah, I wouldn't mind a fucking a Sunny Day thing that's also a physical attacker. Because I was thinking another fire type, but then we're getting a bit front loaded on that one. Although on the other hand, I have two fucking chlorophyll guys that do. Well, actually, no, Shiftry and Victory Bell do different things. I was thinking Vileplume, but then it's well, I already have a Victory Bell. There's no fucking point. Vileplume is slower and doesn't get Weather Ball. It's a bit pointless, really. But yeah, that's kind of what I've just been looking at shit, because I was thinking, people talk about, oh, you fucking Trapinch in a Trick Room team is cool, and it's it really is. Trapinch is fucking mad pimp. Arena Trap, 100 base power, 100 base attack, that's pretty cool. But, I was thinking, adaptability Skrelp would be, especially since its attack is the same as its special attack. You could go CB or choice, or specs, doesn't really matter. And it's that'd be kind of cool. Fucking Trick Room, and then go into a Skrelp and just blow things up. And then you're hey, you got beat by a Skrelp, you idiot. Alright, ever since that fucking, that metagame, or that monthly meta, where it was your BST improves by 100 in every stat, or not 100, 30 or 50 or something in every stat. She had a base 120 special attack Skrelp of death. I've always had a soft spot for the little fucker since then, because that was fun. Just fucking Sludge Wave Hydro Pump shit. It was brilliant. Anyway, yeah, that's what's been going on with that. I would try and do one at some point, although now that I'm alone and I've kind of got the weekend to myself after this fucking wake business, I might actually try and do Phoenix Ray! Hey! Yeah. I already haven't been bothered, not to mention the fact that I stole the fucking cable I use for audio and put it in my car so I can use the MP3 jack. So, it's been a bit occupied. But yes, at some point I will reclaim that and we'll actually fucking have a go and we'll do some of that. Anyway, I think that about covers it, I suppose. But yes, I'm now at Judas. Hopefully promotion goes smoothly. We'll see how we go on that one though. There's I can do the job, I'm 100% aware and confident that I can do the job, but then there's also that tiny little niggling part of doubt that's mainly because the last time I tried to do a shift on my own in that job, the first break I got, considering we have 3 breaks of about half an hour, the first break I got was at about 2 in the morning. That's how badly my day went the first time that I tried it. So there's always that sort of niggling oh, you're gonna fuck it. This is your moment, your big opportunity, and you're gonna trip on the way to it, and you're gonna just fall flat on your face, and everyone's gonna be oh dear. I don't know. It's the way. When you get that little shred of doubt, it just eats away at you. Nom 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 nom. and then you're fucked. But hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully. I do at least have competent, friendly people where I work. I'm very fortunate with both my jobs, to be fair. Like, I've been meaning to go back to see the guys I used to work with, because they helped me out a lot. Like, I went to go see them a couple of days after my dad died, and it was all fucking hugs and condolences, and I was like, oh, fucking hell, man. So, yeah, I've been very fortunate with my workplaces, apart from Amazon, which can just eat a dick and die. All fucking lovely people. So there you go. Yeah, and I don't know. If you can think of anything to replace Rat, I think the problem is if I replace Raticate in my team, I've kind of got to rejigger it. Like, if I replace Raticate, more than likely we're going to have to take out Wheezing, which is a shit. I love a bit. We all love a bit of fucking offensive, speedy Wheezing. He's brilliant. And Probo will probably have to go as well. So, I'm kind of trying to brain that one at the moment. I, of course, keep Victory Bell, Shift Tree, and Charizard. They're doing fucking nothing wrong. It's just Raticate kind of sponges some shit, sets up Sun, and then tends to die. Which is, it's really fucking, like, I know I bashed it hard and I said it was bollocks. It is legitimately decent. It ain't as bad as that. That and people keep using SD Hustle variants, which still mystifies me. It's slow. And its attack is wank. Stop it. There's so much more. Some bloke actively surprised that I used to fix that one. I was like, yeah, and he's like, that's a really good idea. I'm like, I fucking know it is. Base 75 HP, base 90 special defense. Yeah, no, never crossed your mind. It has so much utility as well. Ah, you fools. You don't know anything. Blah. Whatever. Hello, Kitty. Anyway, yeah, that's the short and curlies of it, or the long and curly, because it's 32 minutes, but I don't know. You know me, I love a ramble. Anyway, yeah, I will try and actually do something this weekend. But yes, anyway, considering you haven't actually badged me about it, cheers for being patient. Or, if you didn't actually want any content, well, I'm sorry, there's gonna be a little bit, a nugget, a morsel, as it were. And yeah, 15th, the next league will start up, and we will see if my foray into Judasism will go well. I have enough power on my team, I should at least be able to win a couple of fucking matches. Oh dear. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. Yeah. Peace.